A critical battle for Ramadi, the capital of Iraq's Anbar province, is being fought with ISIS militants coming as close as a couple of hundred meters from the government complex in the city, which includes the military command for Anbar. ISIS militants have cut off the main military supply line from the nearby Habaniya airbase when they launched their offensive on Friday. It was a coordinated attack on a number of areas in and around Ramadi. From talking to people in the city, including the deputy governor, the battle is fluid. While the army and tribes managed to push back ISIS from some of the areas, fighting is ongoing in two key locations. The strategic eastern suburb of Estijariya, that's along the only military supply line into Ramadi. Now, ISIS controls almost all of Anbar province, linking the Sunni province to territory ISIS controls in neighboring
The Islamic
Syria.
State in Iraq and Al-Sham, who is also ISIS, is also referred to as the Islamic State of Iraq and the Levant, ISIL, or simply as the Islamic State, IS. It is a jihadist organization that aims to form an Islamic State or a caliphate over the region stretching. The main country who is against ISIS is the United States. They have also made a counter-propaganda who it is called Think Again, Turn Away, in which they put the real facts about what is happening in the conflict in the Middle East, and this is to maintain the people away from the conflict. The Voices of the Martyrs is a non-profit interdenominational organization with a vision for aiding Christians around the world who are being persecuted for their faith in Christ. They are now serving Iraqi Christians who have fled the terrorists by providing them with daily necessities and assessing their future needs. The people can help support their Iraqi brothers and sisters by designating a contribution, purchasing one of BOM, IMN shirts or both.
Al-Qaeda is a strong terrorist group that is dedicated to oppose non-Islamic governments with force and violence. This group was founded in 1989 by Osama bin Laden and Mohammed Atef together with Abu Ubaidah al-Banshiri. Al-Qaeda was maintaining offices in different parts of the world. The most important is in Afghanistan, Pakistan, especially in Peshawar. Osama bin Laden and Al-Qaeda had different reasons to oppose USA. One of the most important reasons was that US government wasn't governed in a manner consistent with the group's extremist interpretation of Islam. The most important attack of Al-Qaeda to US was the attack of 9/11. Since that attack, the terrorist group has passed through a confusing mix of setbacks and advances.
Today, there are various Taliban factions that are somewhat allied. Three of the more recognized are the Afghan Taliban, Haqqani Network, and the Pakistani Taliban. They all share the ideology of the jihad, or holy war, which they fight against the non-believers. Their interpretation of the Sharia is that it does not allow politics or political parties. Armed conflict between the Taliban and the US troops still happens today, due to the Taliban following in the jihad. The Taliban also oppose the Afghan government. Peace talks have been tried to be made, but assaults on both sides of the conflict, the US and the Taliban, have delayed and dwindled the chances for this to happen. Their area of operation, as mentioned before, is Pakistan and Afghanistan, and it is believed that the leadership of the three factions is in Pakistan. Some of the Taliban leaders are Mohammed Omar and Sirajuddin Haqqani. They are still alive and operating.
In the Islamic Republic of Iran, a popular revolution in 1979 overthrew the US-backed Shah, that is a title given to the emperors, kings and lords of Iran and Persia, and installed an Islamic government in which the top religious leaders, the Ayatollahs, are the supreme authority and can overthrow rules made by the parliament. Defying the UN Security Council, Iran is currently developing nuclear technology that could produce nuclear weapons within a few years.